Welcome to the Maine-J Show. It's your boy Maine-J, and this is another episode of Maine-Chat. Before we get in, you know what to do. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, Instagram page, all the social media stuff. And if you have definitely anything you want to talk about, want me to say, email me a topic, and I got y'all. All right, so let's dig on in. I'm just going to talk about one of the biggest hot topics, the biggest things that's going on right now. Nothing celebrity news, none of that stuff this week, is what everybody's been talking about, the stimulus. Yeah. All right. So first and foremost, let me talk to everyone who was unemployed before the pandemic, stayed unemployed throughout the pandemic, still unemployed, ain't looking for work, ain't doing nothing, waiting for them to approve the next set of stimulus checks and unemployment, and you came up. Please keep your mouth shut. Please hush up. Please don't have nothing to say because you weren't affected. You came up. So I really don't want to hear nothing y'all got to say. Okay, so now, here's the thing. They want to give, excuse me, they want to give $600 out, right? To everybody. $300 extra in unemployment. And I guess the $300 plus if you, whatever 70% of what you were getting, you know, unemployment 70%. Depending, I'm not sure if it's across the board. I know here in the state of Massachusetts, when you're unemployed on the regular, you get 70% for having every weeks. So they give you 70% of what you normally make, plus the extra $300 that they'll be given based off of this package, the CARES Act package, the stimulus COVID-19 package, whatever act they're calling it. Here's the thing, in my Whoopi Goldberg voice. I'm disappointed. I'm not complaining because I know a lot of times as Americans, we can be very ungrateful compared to other countries and we get a lot. I'm not complaining. Someone like me, I'll take the $600. But I think for me, where my frustration comes is, you know, you hear like Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell and all these different people saying we're working hard and we're trying to negotiate and we're trying to figure out something that's going to be decent for the American people who are out there struggling. You know how they talk that talk and they try to make it sound like something very important and we're going to do what's best for the American people and give them something that will hold them and that will get them through and help them during this hard time, during this pandemic. So for the last 4, 5, 6 months, while y'all was thinking about the next step and what's to do while unemployment and stuff ran out a few months ago and all this other stuff, you came up with $600. $600. Now for some, like I said, if you've been unemployed this whole time, you came up and you was making all this extra money and food stamps and just spending and doing your thing, this ain't for you. Keep your mouth shut and shut up. But for the people whose businesses were closed, people who lost their jobs, barely keeping up with rent, all this other stuff, because you as the government and senators and mayors said, if you work this type of job, you have to close your businesses, shut down, and you have to figure it out in schools, and everyone's affected in different layers. They say, okay, we figured it out, y'all. We're going to give everybody $600. That's like a slap in the face. How did y'all come up with $600 when y'all gave out $1,200 the last time? What made y'all think that $600 was this great idea for people who haven't gotten income in weeks? Now, speaking for myself, the $600 for me is fine because I worked the whole pandemic, so it'll just be a blessing. And there are lots of people across the board that would take the $600 and just be happy with it. It's something, I need this plus the $300 that we're going to get weekly, and plus, you know, they've been getting food stamps and whatever else. Okay. But overall, I just think it's a slap in the face that that's the number that y'all came up with out of all $600. You made people wait 4 or 5 months for $600. They could have gotten that 2 or 3 months ago. Now, if y'all was saying give everybody $4,000 or $5,000 and y'all was trying to come up with something like, what are we going to do? But for $600, I don't fault Trump. Now, here's the thing. Like I said before, for me, I'll take the $600. There's a lot of people out there that are saying, you know, what's $600 going to do for me? And I can't do jack with $600. Well, if you can't do jack with $600, send me your $600 because I'll show you what to do with the $600. Everyone who said, what am I going to do with $600? Everybody send me that $600. Let me show you what I can do with a $600 check. Okay? Now, for people who have been unemployed, haven't been getting a good income, got kids and some more stuff, I get it. But for some people, that $600, they'll make it work. They'll make it stretch. They'll flip it, reverse it, turn it around, slap it up, and do it all over again and make it work. Or at least scale it. You know, based off where you live in the country, there's some places in the country where $600, $700, $800 might last certain people. The rent buku cheap and the cost of living is buku cheap. But then major cities like mine, Boston, you know, California, New York, and different places, scale it. Or at least everyone who's been working, anyone who was unemployed before the pandemic, and you can see here's $600. Maybe all of the people who worked at grocery stores, places that we needed throughout the pandemic, we're going to give you all $750, $800. Everyone who's worked like security jobs, you know, a lot of these security people have been keeping, you know, the grocery stores in check, making sure too many people aren't in, make sure people are following rules. People in these buildings, you know, a lot of the, you know, stores like CVS and Walgreens, different places, you have a whole bunch of different security people trying to keep the order. Too many people, where you going? You can't go that way. You got to go this way. Maybe give them, you know, 800, 900. All the nurses, EMT people, maybe if you scaled it, people might be like, all right, I'm not a nurse. I'm not working at a grocery store or anything like that, but I get why they might get more. Blah, 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 blah. We thank them for what they do. You know, the nurses, the doctors, you know, especially the teachers. At least if you scaled it and you said the lowest somebody's going to get is $600 if you worked, or if you weren't employed before, you didn't lose a job, you didn't have nothing, and we see you get $600. At least scale it. But overall, everyone getting $600 after y'all told these people you're not essential, you have to shut down, you're not paying their bills, da da da, and then you're giving these companies thousands of dollars, but then giving the lowest people $600. And half these companies are spending that money, not even helping out the employees, not even a thank you card or a gift card for coffee or for breakfast or, you know, pizza or something. They pocketed it. There's a lot of companies that did not take a hit, but still are benefiting from that money, but you could have given it to some of the American people who need it the most. So I'm with, as much as it irks me to say this, I'm with Donald Trump when he said this is ridiculous. I'm with a lot of other people that say this is ridiculous. You came up with $600. That's absurd. You know, the 2,000 sounds good, 4,000 a family sounds good, you know, or once again, scale it based off of where you live in the country. Scale it off of people who's been employed the whole time. Then you might have me. But that $600 was ridiculous. That $600 was slap in the face. And I get it. There's some people right now who need that $600 right now. And I get it. And I feel bad for those people. But overall, it's ridiculous. And lastly but not least, when it comes to the stimulus and when it comes to this pandemic, I just hope that when we get out of it, that, you know, people start looking into their finances and start, just in case this happens again, you know, what can I do to start saving? What can I start doing to, you know, make sure that I'm not in this predicament again? Of course, stuff happens, emergencies and stuff. But, you know, a lot of the people that's complaining, what am I going to do with $600? $600 ain't nothing, and da-da-da, and this is what they're going to do for the American people. Something is something. Especially, there's some families that think, I would have took the $600. You know what I'm saying? So, I get both sides. But as Americans in general, we can be very ungrateful. We can be very picky and complainish. And this, I get. it's a slap in the face. But for some people, it's not a slap in the face. They are really desperate. And then it's just some of y'all, like I said, put your money where your mouth is. Split your check. If you don't want, if you can't do it up to $600, give 6 families $100 extra since you don't want it, or 4 families $150, or 3 families $200. You get what I'm saying? That if that's the case. And I just honestly feel like the way how they holding up this money and battling and doing all this other stuff, and we the Republicans, we want this, and the Democrats want this. It's not about what y'all want. Y'all are getting paid this whole time. Y'all are making buku money this whole time. I think whenever there should be laws, the next generation coming up, whenever we're in a pandemic or something's going on, if the people can't get paid, the people in office can't get paid. If they have to wonder when they get the next paycheck, then the people in office got to wonder when they get any next paycheck. This is ridiculous. This is out of line. So, and then also just, just some of the things that's in the bill. I get why Donald Trump said no. All this money, where is it going? How's it being distributed? Why are some of these big companies going to still get a bailout and a cash out, but the mom and pop stores ain't going to get it? I'm with them on that. Our front-end workers are going to get $600. Like, what are y'all doing? Then, there's federal, right now they talk about cutting off federal grants. So, like, if you get COVID, your job doesn't have to pay you for it. If you hear snoring, that's my dog. I gotta find a studio. But, it's ridiculous. And before this COVID, I know for me, when I used to work in fast food, for example, if I was sick, these companies weren't giving you sick time and sick pay. So sometimes you went to work with the fever. You went to work with the cold. You went to work with the flu, and you manned up and you did it somehow. So I just think that that's even a bad idea. If they don't pass this with the federal grant, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to go to work with the COVID-19 because they're going to have to make the money. So, there's a lot of things that y'all just like, poor Trump and shame on Trump. No, but not shame on Trump, because once again, before this COVID, I know for me and I know for a lot of people, they go to work sick because they have no choice. You tell me if I get this COVID-19 and I can't get paid while I'm off for 2 weeks, then I'm going to go to work with the COVID-19. And if people get sick, then oh well, because I need this money. So government officials, y'all going to have to put that back into the package plan to pay people while they have this thing, or they're going to be going to work with it and affecting the whole place. And that's absurd. Now, granted, there's state laws and there's certain state regulations. There's some states that have it in their plan that, companies will still have to pay people if they have the coronavirus. But overall, I think if you put it in the federal one, then I think that's better for everybody until the vaccine or whatever, the herd immunity or whatever y'all got going. But the $600, y'all taking out the pay for people to take the 10, 14 days off, whatever it is, to get better and get approved back to work. Y'all need to fix that because it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. You made people wait 4 or 5 months for $600. And in a lot of places in the country, $600 is not even groceries or a light bill or gas. But I live in Massachusetts. We've gotten snow. It's been freezing outside. People got to have heat and electricity on alone. They got kids out of school still. Extra bills are being used. Extra food is being used. And you came up with $600. That's absurd. So, Donald Trump, I'm actually with you on this one. And that's pretty much it. What do y'all think about the $600? Do you think Donald Trump is being a fool or being a hater? Do you think he was right? If you guys read the bill, do you think that more money should go to the people and less money to certain companies and, certain places? And then once again, what about the no longer paying the COVID pay? It's not going to be covered. So a lot of people is going to be going to work with it if they have it because they're going to need to make that money. If you have it, you're supposed to quarantine for what, 7 to 10 days. That's a lot of days off of work. That's a lot of money. Already in the pandemic, people already hurting, already struggling, and then you're saying that you're not going to pay them when you was paying them before to kind of the lessen the spread, and this is what it's all about, and lessening the spread and helping the people. But that's helping the people too. Knowing that if they get sick or someone in the household gets sick, they'll be able to stay home and get paid, and that's less stress, that's less worry, that's less stuff on the immune system, making it weaker while they have it. So this whole bill, y'all need to do better. And that's all I got to say about this. Hopefully, you know, they come back from their little Christmas break, and, you know, usually that break is a little longer, but they ain't having that. And hopefully we don't have a shutdown this coming week, and that they can figure it out. And if we do have a shutdown and the American people have to wait, then I hope that these governors and these senators and all these people and politicians don't get paid neither. President Trump, come back from Florida, go to the White House. This is serious. What are y'all doing? And this is not just, you know, because I don't really favor Republicans. It's Republicans, it's Democrats, it's independents, it's everybody in the high places. Y'all are messing with people's livelihoods, you mess with people's lives, you mess with people's health, you mess with people's food, mess with people's housing, mess with people's companies and businesses that they worked hard for. Get it together. All right, I'm done for real this time. You know who it is. It's your boy, Maine-J. Another episode of Maine-Chat. Thank y'all for listening to me and paying me some attention, but, you know, enough's enough. I had to say something about it. Till the next time, peace.